Greed, for lack of a better word, is good. Greed is right. Greed works. Greed clarifies, cuts through, and captures the essence of the evolutionary spirit. Now listen, Jerry, I'm looking for negative control, okay? No more than 30-35%. Just enough to block anybody else's merger plans and find out from the inside if the books are cooked. Looks as good as on paper. We're in the kill zone, pal.
This turkey is totally brain dead.
Okay, all right, Christmas is over, and business is business. You keep on buying. Dilute the son of a bitch. Ollie, I want every orifice in his fucking body flowing red.
He's flowing, Gordo. Piece of cake.
Doesn't look like it, huh? This guy's the best trader on the streets.
1,000 shares at 18 and a quarter from Jansen. Think I can pull twice that at 18 and a half from the California pensions. We got close to 500,000 shares in the bag.
Huh? The Terminator. Blow him away, Ollie.
And I'm pretty sure we got the Beezer brothers coming in with us. And I'm working on the Silverberg boys.
Rip their fucking throats out. Stuff in your garbage compactor. I want you to buy 20,000 shares of Blue Star at 15 1/8, 3/8 tops. The most valuable commodity I know of is information. I bet on sure things. Read Sun Tzu, The Art of War. Every battle is won before it's ever fought. Think about it. You ever wonder why fund managers can't beat the S&P 500? Because they're sheep. And sheep get slaughtered. You need guys that are poor, smart, and hungry. And no feelings. You win a few, you lose a few, but you keep on fighting. And if you need a friend, get a dog. You see that building? I bought that building 10 years ago. My first real estate deal. Sold it 2 years later, made an $800,000 profit. It's better than sex. At time, I thought that was all the money in the world. Now it's a day's pay. If you're not inside, you are outside, okay? And I'm not talking about some $400,000 a year working Wall Street stiff, flying first class and being comfortable. I'm talking about liquid. Rich enough to have your own jet. Rich enough not to waste time. $50, $100 million, buddy. A player. Or nothing.
But why do you need to wreck this company?
Because it's wreckable, all right? It's all about bucks, kid. The rest is conversation. Hey, buddy, you're still gonna be president, all right? And when the time comes, you're gonna parachute out a rich man. With the money you're gonna make, your dad's never gonna have to work another day in his life.
So tell me, Gordon, when does it all end, huh? How many yachts can you water ski behind? How much is enough?
It's not a question of enough, pal. It's a zero-sum game. Somebody wins, somebody loses. Money itself isn't lost or made, it's simply transferred from one perception to another. Like magic. This painting here, I bought it 10 years ago for $60,000. I could sell it today for $600. The illusion has become real. And the more real it becomes, the more desperate they want it. Capitalism at its finest. The richest 1% of this country owns half our country's wealth, $5 trillion. 1/3 of that comes from hard work. 2/3 comes from inheritance, interest on interest accumulating to widows' and idiot sons. And what I do, stock and real estate speculation. It's bullshit. You got 90% of the American public out there with little or no net worth. I create nothing. I own. We make the rules, pal.
I once said, greed is good. Now it seems it's legal. But folks, it's greed that makes my bartender buy 3 houses he can't afford with no money down. And it's greed that makes your parents refinance their $200,000 house for $250,000. And then they take that extra $50,000 and they go down to the mall. They buy a plasma TV, cell phones, computers, an SUV, and hey, why not a second home while we're at it? Because gee whiz, I mean, we all know the prices of houses in America always go up, right? And it's greed that makes the government in this country cut the interest rates to 1% after 9/11. So we could all go shopping again. They got all these fancy names for trillions of dollars of credit. CMOs, CDOs, SIVs, ABSs. You know, I honestly think there's maybe only 75 people in the world who know what they are. But I'll tell you what they are. They're WMDs. Weapons of mass destruction. When I was away, that's what they are. It seemed like greed got greedier with a little bit of envy mixed in. Hedge funders were walking home with 50, $100 million a year. So Mr. Banker, he looks around and he says, my life looks pretty boring. So he starts leveraging his interests up to 40, 50 to 1. With your money, not his, yours. Because he could. You're supposed to be borrowing, not them. And the beauty of the deal, no one is responsible. Because everybody's drinking the same Kool-Aid. Last year, ladies and gentlemen, 40% of all American corporate profits came from financial services. Not production, not anything remotely to do with the needs of the American public. The truth is, we're all part of it now. Banks, consumers, we're moving money around in circles. We take a buck, we shoot it full of steroids, and we call it leverage. I call it steroid banking. Now, I've been considered a pretty smart guy when it comes to finance.
That's fantastic, man.
And maybe I was in prison too long, but sometimes it's the only place to stay sane and look out through those bars and say, hey, is everybody out there nuts? It's clear as a bell to those that pay attention. The mother of all evil is speculation. Leveraged debt. Bottom line, it's borrowing to the hilt. And I hate to tell you this, but it's a bankrupt business model. It won't work. It's systemic, malignant, and it's global. Like cancer. China, India, Brazil, silver, oil, copper, you want to own it all. Buy me Churchill Schwartz and get me updates on the other financials. I'm looking for deals, only good deals. Just ride the trends, just don't try too hard for the turns. It's just like the old days, Bobby.
What do you feel about California municipals, Gordon?
No way. California's made more mistakes than Yogi Berra reciting Shakespeare. Right now, it is ugly times ugly. And that's when the ugly get going. You tell him for me, babe, Gordon Gekko is back.